So I hope you liked this recipe, this new fall favorite. Hello. So I hope you like this recipe. I'm sure it'll be your new fall favorite. I can't say that word. Hello and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Roy. I am a home cook and amateur baker, and I am here on this channel sharing recipes that have helped me to lose over 125 pounds, whether those recipes are mine or someone else's. Today is one of my recipes, a little short and sweet item that you will find on my blog. It's been there for a while, and we are heading into the fall season. So I've got to start getting those fall flavors out. And I know how much division there is about the pumpkin spice that's out there. It's too soon, it's not soon enough. Personally, it could be there year round, I would be happy, but I'm not gonna start with pumpkin. I want to give you people who are anti-pumpkin spice a little something that you can enjoy that's fall flavored without being pumpkin. So we are going for one of the other prominent fall flavors, apple. I had mentioned this in the video for Pound Droppers Cinnamon Streusel Muffins, and if you haven't seen that, I will leave a little card here and also the link down in the description box so you can find that one. Those are delicious. And I did mention that you could put apple cinnamon cream cheese on those. So I figured what better way to start off the fall season than to share a recipe I've already mentioned that you can pair with another recipe I've already done. All right, so let's start off with the ingredients, shall we? We have a half cup or 4 ounces of my light homemade cream cheese. You know, the cream cheese that's made with Greek yogurt. And if you haven't seen that yet, I'll insert another card right here, and also link the video down in the description box. That's the very first video that I ever did, so there's also an introduction in the beginning. If you don't want to watch the introduction or you've already seen it, you can just skip ahead to the part where I make the non-fat Greek yogurt into a cream cheese. Now, because this cream cheese is made with just non-fat Greek yogurt and a little bit of salt, no points in that, no bites. I am also using a half a cup of unsweetened applesauce, another 0 bite, 0 point food. We also have 3 tablespoons of brown sugar replacement, and I use Swerve. If you know this channel, you know I enjoy using Swerve. And this is divided, so there are 2 tablespoons here and 1 tablespoon over here. Another divided ingredient is the cinnamon, and there is 1.5 teaspoons total, but it's divided with 1 teaspoon here and 1/2 teaspoon here. The last ingredient is 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now, you can't just dump all of this wet applesauce into the cream cheese and hope to get anything but a sloppy mess. So, what we are going to do is cook off a lot of the moisture that is in that applesauce. So, give me 1 second to set things up and we will get started. Okay, so you'll notice I pushed aside the cream cheese, the 1 tablespoon of brown sugar replacement, the 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and the teaspoon of vanilla. Those are all going to be used later. The only things we need right now is the 1/2 cup of unsweetened applesauce, 2 tablespoons of the brown sugar replacement, and 1 teaspoon of sugar. So that is all going to go into a small saucepan. And hopefully my arms, which are feeling a little twitchy, will be cooperative. So we're just going to combine all of these three things together. And so we just turned the heat on to medium. We are going to heat this through and mix everything in here together. And of course I couldn't go without tossing some cinnamon around. And what we're going to do is cook this for about 10 minutes until a lot of the moisture has come out of the applesauce. Because that way, when we mix it in with the cream cheese, it's going to be more of a paste and more willing to combine with the cream cheese as opposed to if it were as wet as just taking it out of the jar. So we are going to cook this down about 10 minutes, get as much of the moisture out as we can. And then I will be back to show you what it looks like. And we're going to have to cool this before we can add it into the cream cheese, or a hot item going into the cream cheese could cause its own problems, and we don't want that. So we're going to cook this down, and I'll show you what it looks like once it's there. Actually, you know what? It might be a good idea if I time-lapse this process and insert a clip here. I think that's what I will do. I will cook this down and show you a sped up version of what is happening. Sounds like a plan. I'll see you at the end of the speed round. Okay, let me turn this off. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of empty space now in this pan, because what you want when it's thick is for you to be able to drag your spatula or spoon or whatever through it, and it leaves the path that you've dug. It doesn't fill itself back in. So this is definitely doing that, and as you can see, definitely much thicker than it was as applesauce. So this is what you're looking for. Nice thick plop. I should measure this and see how much it comes to, because I am going to transfer this to another bowl for now to make it cool a little more quickly, so then we can add it into the cream cheese, because as I said, you don't want to add anything hot into the cream cheese, or that could cause its own issues. So let me measure this out, see how much it whittled down to as I transfer it into another bowl. So give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Yeah, I would say it's probably reduced to about 1/3 cup. And that's about where you want it, that thickness. You don't have to measure it out. I was just doing that as a test. Once you see that the apple sauce has become kind of like an apple butter almost, and you could probably stop here and just use it as an apple butter. I haven't, but you could. But this cream cheese, why would you? And I want all of this out. And you could definitely use that as an apple butter if you didn't want to go the full step and go into the cream cheese realm. just stop here. You have a nice little bit of apple butter that you can put on your toast, your bagels, whatever you want. Or even those muffins I was talking about. All right, so let me let this cool down now, and we will mix it in with the cream cheese and finish this thing up. All right, so I cheated a little bit and I put the apple butter into the freezer to make it cool a little faster. I had it in there for about 10 minutes and I think it's cool enough to move on. And I was also thinking during my break, not yours, because you didn't really get a break. If you did want to try making this just as the apple butter for a little spread, you might want to add a pinch of salt into the mixture just to counteract some of the sweetness. You don't have to in the main recipe because there is salt in the cream cheese that helps to drain it and also flavor it more like a cream cheese rather than just like a yogurt that got really, really firm. All right, so from here, what we do, now I've had this cream cheese sitting out, so it is at room temperature because as I mentioned in other videos, room temperature items will meld together easier when they're cold. Just like when you're cold, you bundle up and you're trying to stick together and get all that warmth in there. Cold items do the same thing. When you try to mix cold items, they're trying to cling to themselves, to their own shape. So it's far easier to do a room temperature ingredient. Now what you're gonna do is add in the other tablespoon of brown sugar, the teaspoon of vanilla, if I don't throw it all over the place, and the half teaspoon of cinnamon. And I don't know why I'm holding the mixer because I have to add in the apple butter as well. Okay. And then we're just going to blend it. Now I just lifted the beaters at the end and sped it up just to kind of whip everything off of the beaters. And then shot them right back in. But taste test. So good. Definitely fall. But you could use it right now. It's obviously sturdy enough. But you can also let it firm up a bit in the fridge. Because as I said, the cream cheese is at room temperature. The apple mixture was still slightly warm. But I hope that you will give this a try. Definitely a great flavor for fall. And as I said, if you wanted to put these on those pound dropper cinnamon streusel muffins. If you wanted to put this on those pound dropper cinnamon streusel muffins, be a delicious pairing. Now, the bites on this are 0 for the whole thing. Nothing in here has any bites or points, at least on the Better Balance or Blue plan of WW. You obviously don't want to sit there and just eat this all in a sitting, but if you did, you wouldn't have too much to worry about. Now, this is great on muffins, on bagels, on toast, on wasa crackers. I showed those in my short and salty snack list. I love to have those thin little crackers, the crisp breads, are the lowest bites. I think you can give 3 of them for 2 bites, if I'm not mistaken, 2 for 1 bite. This will definitely be a fall favorite for you, I am sure. And like I said, it is 0 bites. The serving size will be about just under 2 tablespoons, around there. But if you're not following calories or macros and you're following bites, you don't really have to worry about being that precise. But for those who are following calories, this would be 19 calories a serving. Fat would be 0 because we made it with non-fat Greek yogurt and unsweetened applesauce and other non-fat things. The carbs would be 7.2 grams and the protein would be 1.9 grams. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Hopefully this will become a new fall favorite for you. And give me a like if you enjoyed this video and want to see more fall favorites. There are pumpkin things coming, I promise. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet and you want to see other recipes for a weight loss journey. Hit the notification bell so that you are notified anytime I upload any sort of video. And share this video if you know someone who would be interested in weight loss recipes such as this one. And also you can follow me on social media. I will leave my Instagram handle here. And you can also join the 2 Facebook groups that I am a part of. One is just mine that's called Recipes with Roy. I know that's a surprise. And I will show you that icon here so you know you found the right spot. Not that I think anyone's copying me, but who knows. And the other one I co-admin with Jennifer Lynn from the Jennifer Lynn channel, as well as Bree Coleman from Balancing Life with Bree. We are the co-admins on Finding Our Way. And again, I'll show you what the icon looks like here so that you know you are at the right place. So that wraps up my first fall recipe. And I hope you're eager for some more because there are some coming. Not just pumpkin, I'll have more apple. I'm going to be doing some soups. I believe there's one coming up very soon. And also, did I mention maple? And stews, all sorts of things. I'm going to try to keep up with the end of the calendar year, going from fall into the Christmas season, the winter season, the cold weather season, as well as party season, because we know that's coming up too. All right, so anyway, that is it for this short and sweet recipe, and I hope you will join me again next time. Until then, bye.